seconds remains. Dire's ban. Radiant's turn to ban. Dire's turn to ban. Seconds remain. 5 seconds. It is Radiant's ban.
Mars, and out by Phoenix and Centaur being banned.
Sorry.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
We have played that Phoenix. It wasn't really the problem. The draft overall solid for overall issues had where the
Dire's turn to pick.
Last 4 games.
Radiant choose Grimstroke.
Playing the hero, so they're banded out. Also, they lost the Shen. Heard off.
Yeah.
Not a good sign.
10 seconds remain. 5 seconds remain.
He might be bullied.
Radiant's turn to pick. Faceless Void.
And also we were Faceless
wow.
Void
first.
Wow. Like, I've heard some stories like about Faceless Void being
Dire's turn to
and
ban.
when he's paired up with his fire, it's a ton of damage. Go with the Doom, so the stroke combination, double Doom heroes, that's always going to be strong. Potential Grimstroke Inc. will going to give them that, but I would mid laner.
It is Radiant's ban. It is Dire's ban.
You
experienced the stories? How was it?
Position 5 Void. Versus me, he lost with... Actually, no, it felt pretty terrible. On 5. However, this combined Void and Snapfire literally...
Seconds.
Now you're playing...
Radiant's turn to ban.
Fine, then we're... Especially with...
It is Dire's ban.
Why go for the Faceless Void in the first phase? There's no way that Elephant haven't seen 5 position Void, so I don't really think it's like a flex.
10 seconds. Radiant's turn
I
to ban.
really have no idea why would you open up with the Faceless Void got buffed. You know, the okay hero right now. I don't think he's top tier carry compared to some. We still don't know like what I like about Snapfire. I've tried to
10
build
seconds.
Blade as well.
5 seconds
Shredder.
remain.
With the Blightstone, it's armor level 1. It's so much damage once that's maxed out. That's not. That's almost 6 more. So like Solar Crest build, very popular. If this hero you don't expect, usually you would be able to. First he has 0
Radiant's
armor, then
turn
you
to
have 1
pick.
armor. And he's top quarter of it. You buy 1 stat, you're gonna.
Ten seconds remain.
Earlier than...
5 seconds. Dyer's turn
I talked
to
about
pick.
how Elephant needs
Elder
catch
Titan.
or Doom, Storm Spirit band out, Earth Spirit B. Close the gap, and they still go with the E. They're relying so much on their combo is pretty sick if you execute it. Let's say you catch 2-3 heroes, those
10 seconds.
So are you thinking now one position void or
5 seconds
yeah,
remain.
I feel like that. Also, maybe is an option where you care about your
Radiant
Chronos
must
here. This has
choose.
Wind Ranger at your service.
hero to counter the void when void meta.
Side of Festive. There are options.
10 seconds remain. Dyer's turn to pick.
Lena.
Right, the hero
Games.
doesn't win, it has been buffed.
The buffs are good, you know. She heavy right clicker,
10 seconds.
second duration, which feel
5 seconds.
I still feel you might do well with the laning stage, then you died like 2.
Very abusive. That's the
Yeah,
problem
like you
with
need
Lena.
to stay like that.
More often than not. Or eliminate. Presence on side of SAG have with right now we share the same.
Arrow Gaming, they have so much inside the chrono. Fail that chrono, it's really hard for. Also, you need to start thinking about how you're gonna
Dyer's turn to ban.
Dazzle!
reactive. Okay, I like this. They also have no real going in. They are the ones, say a Doom, double Doom. Fight's just over for them. They have no counter.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remain.
I think it has to be the win. Dazzle doesn't deal enough damage to a Chrono, and so Elephants still need to pick
Chrono?
up their one position. Yeah, so like if you need to have 2 different damage dealers, so Faceless Void has to worry about Chrono the Dazzle and Wind Ranger's the support, then like who really cares? You're probably not going to die inside of a. But if you Chrono a Dazzle and Wind Ranger's outside of it,
is
Wind Ranger could
Radiant's
probably
ban.
still kill the Void.
I haven't heard that way of reason.
They haven't picked the
Or
one
like-
position yet, and so I think
Yeah,
they still
like-
still need to pick a carry.
It's doable either way. I still
10 seconds remain.
Dazzle has been about the little
5
stutter with
seconds.
Lightstone. Dazzle
Dyer's turn to ban.
We've seen Dazzles in lane stage crush, and then they go for
Yeah,
Midas Octarine and do nothing for the next 20 minutes of the game.
This is why I feel like it's 5 Dazzle here, because are prioritized
It is
side of
Radiant's
Chronosphere, otherwise
ban.
the Wind Ranger, they don't have enough. You need to have a Yule Scepter that's pretty
Dyer's turn
smelling
to
things.
pick.
It just feels a good Wind Ranger game with where
Radiant's
boards,
turn
like,
to pick.
they have stuns, but those are not go with the rate or traditionally worked well against Faceless Void. Like who are you gonna Chrono? Chrono Dazzle plus most likely. Rating doesn't care too much about being chronoed.
10 seconds
I like what
remain.
I don't think there's gonna be one pick from Sparking Arrow game
5
Wow, like-
seconds remain.
the whole draft.
highly valued. whoever he goes. Ursa.
Is there no way they can turn this void into a 3 position?
It's been like that, you know. When Faceless Void was a strong hero, people were opening up a lot of the time. Sometimes I'm not so no.
Yeah, because if it was a huge curveball and they turn it into a 3 position, he's still going to kind of struggle in the offlane. Grimstroke and
He's not a strong laner, especially on the offlane. Dazzle plus Wraith, so much like coming onto you. Dazzle doesn't. They put themselves really bad spot.
Weaver.
Select your hero.
Weaver.
Make the ultimate choice.
Oh, it is offlane Faceless Void. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Elephant.
Wow, really?
I don't.
What a twist.
I'm not really impressed the way they drafted for them.
I don't really know about that. I don't know if it's anything different from us.
It's a typical anti-combo. Like, you never know how it's going to work out. You know, the Chronosphere has got a buff to 500 AoE, which is bigger than Weaver's attack range. Maybe he will not even be able to hit anyone in it.
Yeah.
That is true. That is a massive amount of damage.
It's game-changing.
I think don't they just get stuck? I don't even know the interaction there, because I've never seen the combo because it's just terrible.
Yeah.
Sir?
I think he's Tsunami coming in game 1. Should be fun. We've seen Elephant look like a different team coming into this season, hoping they can keep the ball rolling, but, you know,
hard to
tough.
imagine Elephant losing this.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because they kind of crushed eHome, and eHome... Did they play SAG already? No, that was RNG. But eHome beat RNG. So, process of elimination, SAG is worse than Elephant.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess if that's the math, if it checks out,
Yeah.
the
Definitely
200
does.
IQ, it definitely...
I never lie.
No, you don't. That's true.
Especially not when it comes to math. 5-man smoke, though. If they get 5 kills here, maybe the game will swing into their favor. Fake hype.
It just, every time they 5-man smoke or any game we see that, it just reminds me of the
Who's going to initiate?
Neon move.
Void with a bash?
Praying for a bash?
I can't believe this happening. Oh, Dazzle, though? FY? Oh, he saw them.
30
SAG's like,
seconds
oh,
and
that didn't
counting.
work out.
Glad we tried that.
We have no initiation, guys.
Fire snap cookie.
Good one. But he's still Scatter Blast. I mean, at least they'll secure themselves to Rune. Probably. It's just gonna be hard to see, really, how this SAG lineup is gonna close out the game.
Yeah. I'm excited to see FY on this Dazzle. It feels like another one of those heroes that you're not typically seeing on FY. And I think a lot has changed in terms of what he picks, obviously, because we don't see Rubik that much anymore. That used to be his go-to, of course, that with the Tusk. We've seen a lot of different heroes on FY. Like, he's been forced to kind of, I wouldn't say expand his hero pool, because we've seen him on these heroes before, but heroes that he would be picked up on, like, 70% of the time just have kind of fallen out of favor.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good player. Like, he won a 1v1 tournament in China, you know, like, he definitely has the skills. And Dazzle is definitely a hero that can do a whole lot with items, so putting him as a +4 is a decent decision. Should be laning quite well together with Doom as well. We'll see how they end up doing here.
I'm looking at Yang and wondering what kind of play he's going to be making. Is it going to be more of a sacrificial game for him where, you know, his lane doesn't exactly go the way you want it to, but given enough, especially with the Doom, you're okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, especially the new Doom, now Devour 60 seconds cooldown and the gold increase as well. You're never really going to be like super poor. Even if you have a somewhat bad laning phase, you're always going to be up their net worth. You're going to have your mobility items eventually. And Doom is just such a potent here. You get a Doom on the Lina, the Weaver, or the Void. The teamfight is pretty much just over.
And they've got the available double Doom.
Yep, they do. And of course, the new Doom Accept the upgrade, increasing the duration to 22 seconds, which is a third of a minute.
Yeah, the math checks out. You're not lying.
And it literally just ticks for 90 damage per second too, which is like 1960 pure damage. Like, I've seen yesterday a Doom just Doom the Viper full health and he just died. Like, he was walking back to base, he couldn't make it.
Do you prioritize that Ags? Like, has the build changed? Do you go to something else? Do you look maybe like that second item's your Ags, third item your Ags?
What I quite like right now is the Aura Doom, because level 15 you get the Devour can target Ancient's talent. You eat the Granite Golem, you get 15% bonus health for your entire team. You build a couple more auras, like even the pipe would be really good. It just becomes so damn tanky, especially from the offlane role. I'm looking at more of a utility build. If you're mid lane, you know, you can get away with like first item Midas into like an earlier Blink, Aghanim's BKB kind of timing.
Right.
But it's not your job as offlaner.
You die.
We'll still see that Blink, of course.
Failure lives on.
Maybe a bit later. We've also seen a little bit of drums on Doom, which isn't a bad item.
Is drums getting picked up more? Like,
No.
has that become an item that just
Unfortunately
still
not.
doesn't get picked up?
It's just, actually I kind of forgot what it gave. Let's see. 6 strength, 6 in. Wow, for 1700 gold. Okay.
What do you think that item needs to give to be what? Because that was an item that was getting picked up every game.
And this also gave so many good stats. Like, it gave like movement speed, attack speed, all stats.
Yeah.
And it just got nerfed to a point because every hero was picking it up. So it just got nerfed to a situational sort of item, I guess. It's just like so expensive that it's not really easy to build into anymore.
Yeah, at least
However,
it didn't get the necro treatment.
Yeah, but when you get it though, 8 charges is quite a bit, and it gives you 45 attack speed, 13 movement speed. 30% movement speed. It is a big boost. It's just, you know, you're gonna be a pretty selfless player to build it.
A little
Which
expensive.
most Dota players nowadays are not. You wanna be as greedy as possible with all your item builds. All the time.
I try not to be selfless.
You try not to be selfless.
Selfish. No, I try not to be selfish.
Ah, okay.
There we go. All right.
Well, the mindset was already replicated in that misspeaking.
You got me.
Yeah. And looking at the lanes though, Void should not be able to pressure Wraith King at all. So it's predicting pretty much free farm for this Wraith King, get into pretty good Radiance timing. Wind Ranger against Lina. It's probably a little bit Lina favorite, especially after the Lina buffs. We're like 6-4 for Lina. We'll have to see whether she can make some rotations happen or not. Bot lane is going to be quite difficult though for Doom. And he should get harassed out of the lane quite easily by the Elder Titan, as well as Weaver.
You think it's just not going to go well at all? Or sometimes we see these bad matchups and players like Yang or even, you know, Insomnus really overcome the bad matchups.
Yeah, I know paper it should be really bad, but again, it's a Doom. He eats creeps, he gets levels that way, gets gold that way. He'll get his stuff eventually. Wind Ranger will be able to make rotations later on as well. Just like their lineup is pretty what's the word? Immobile, probably is the best way to put it, because Dazzle can't really gank. Grimstroke can sort of gank, I guess, but not really. Like, he's not a Tusk sort of thing. He's not a Disruptor. Windranger can also sort of gank, but it's kind of risky. It's like not a for sure stun, right? Like a skill shot. Same with Doom. And Wraith King doesn't really want to initiate stuns because like he wants to farm, right? Like they're just gonna be playing lanes for a long time.
Yeah, Somnus, I'm looking because he's been playing those Windrunner during I-League quite a bit.
How did that go?
He's, I think, won every game. So he beat RNG with it, he beat Magma with it, and then he also beat Magma.
Yeah, I mean, Windranger is a strong hero, especially once you get that Maelstrom timing. It's a lot of DPS.
Averaging around 11 minutes on that Maelstrom.
Yeah, if you have a good laning phase, it's definitely possible. We'll have to see. Like, this Lina Windranger matchup is pretty skill-based, depending on how many stuns you can hit, how many power shots you can hit. It's a very volatile matchup. Euros is still disconnected. He's like, yeah, this lane looks pretty free. I don't really want to play. Let's go next.
A little bit tougher. Definitely feels like SAG have supports that are more likely to rotate towards mid.
Yeah, I mean, they have Snapfire Cookie, who can easily initiate like a little skirmish, or Elder Titan with a Stomp could potentially do the same. But yeah, like to really start a team fight, they need that Chronosphere, which, again, they do have a combo with it. And have Snapfire, they have Elder Titan, Lina can lane the damage. It's just Weaver is never going to really feel comfortable playing around that Chrono.
Yeah.
Just because it's too big. What's Weaver's attack range? 425. So Chrono has a 500 radius. So if one guy's caught in the other end, you can't even hit him.
Oh god, I feel like that's going to lead to Void wanting to do like those perfect Chronos, where you put someone on the edge of the Chrono right next to your core,
yeah,
or right next to your carry.
Oftentimes, it's like, oops, not quite in there.
You hold it too long, you try to be precise with it, you end up, you know, making it a bit of a joke.
Yeah, especially as offline Void though. There's so much more emphasis on the Chronosphere because you won't have as much farm, you won't have as much damage. So if the Chrono is on cooldown, you won't be as useful as a carry Void.
The quest
and of
for
course, you still
ultimate
jump in with BKB, bash people up.
continues.
So we'll have to see how he does.
Yeah, we'll have to see where the Void goes, how he performs. Because I think we were talking about what if it was going to be safe lane Void during the draft, and then it goes to this off lane role. Like, what are you expecting from the Void in terms of items, too?
Usually when you play offlane Void, it's just all about initiating and tanking up.
Right.
Like, you want to give your team as much information as possible. It's not an easy role, though. Because, like, you're also the guy that has to... If you, quote-unquote, bait and die, it's pretty much over for your team.
Dire's
And the
courier has
Titan
been
with the poison touch. Oh, good courier snipe.
Krebs, FY's courier.
He has boots on FY though. He's in trouble here.
Yeah, he's going to keep up with him, keep putting on that
TP.
poison.
Shadow
Touch,
Wave!
TP away.
Radiant's
Shadow Wave
courier
almost enough
has
damage.
been
He'll get his
killed.
courier, and the courier didn't deliver the item, so
Somewhere,
that's really works for
someone
XCJ.
lays blade.
Especially because there was a sentry ward in there.
Top lane, Eurus,
First blood is on the ground.
They got to kill the
For more.
skeletons.
The one skeleton that he had. Dealt, they did way too much damage though. Of course, Wraith King picked up as much, but it's still this 35 damage per hit. I can't believe they just like walked up to it.
The killing blow on SRF.
Yeah. And we already said that it's gonna be a free farm lane for Wraith King. Giving him that first blood is just gonna make it so much worse.
The damage over mid.
Like, Lina is one of the tougher matchups for Alina. Really, any heavy magic burst is pretty rough for Windrangers to play into. But his bottle is on the way. Won't be able to refill it though with the water rune. So, 7E, a little bit of a lead here
Yeah.
because of that.
70 was, to me, one of those guys who I thought
Oh.
definitely make it given the right team. You know, he played for Phoenix, and there was a point where Phoenix in the first season of Perfect World League were getting coached by ROTK. Like, that was where he looked the greatest, was during that little stint, because it wasn't a lot of time that he was coaching them. You know, he's played for like eHome Mortal, and he's kind of played on like these lower tiered teams in China, but he's starting to like show a lot of growth. So I think playing these matchups mid against a lot, like we say in China, like you know, these strong mid players, is certainly going to be, whether or not he wins or loses these games, is going to be a growing experience for him, and I'm excited to see him get.
Oh, definitely. Just playing in this upper league in general is going to make you such a better player. Because you get all this experience playing against good players. Always good to have.
Ooh, up top, Wraithfire Blast. They've got the Ink Swell. That's going to pop up, get the kill on SRF once again. Red Panda trying to run from Son Goku.
He has silence. Pop it.
Skeletons are right on him after the time walk.
There's just so much damage coming out, and Void can't help the Snapfire. Like, you stun him, Ink Swell on the Snapfire, Skeletons are hitting the Snapfire, just dead.
It really is just a free lane. How long are you going to send the Snapfire up here where you really just might start feeding, kill and kill and kill again? You've already died twice.
It will only get worse. Now Wraith King is getting his boots delivered in the courier, which means it's even harder to get away. Because you don't have boots on your hero.
For the sleep.
Not gonna hit.
Doesn't land, but a lot of damage on the FY. They land the Shackle on the 70. They've got the Inkswell keeping up with this Lina. They should have the damage with the power shot, and Red Panda gets the kill with the Phantom's Embrace. So, big kill over mid, and this is kind of what we expected from Elephant. Coming into this was just an overwhelming game plan, just not only based on like the heroes matchups, but the player matchups too.
Is under attack.
For sure. I mean, also they don't really have, as we said before, that ganking lineup, but they make it happen.
Firestab Cookie lands, and they might be able to get this kill into yours. They do.
Double bash on one bash. And what is that RNG? Let's go.
Red Panda, Ink Swell, and they're going to start to run away. Lands it and doesn't have the mana for a Stroke of Fate to follow that up.
Yeah, he used all his bash luck in the Wraith King kill, so he couldn't possibly bash another time. That would have been ridiculous. What is the chance of that? 12%, and he had 2 bashes.
Yeah.
Why not? That's why we all love RNG. Or hate it.
Depends if you're on the receiving side or the benefiting side.
Definitely. Doom is doing very well for himself. Actually outfarming the Weaver thanks to that new Devourer.
Yeah, sitting 4th on net worth right now. Back and forth with IDC in terms of who's got the lead at the moment.
Yeah. No creep luck for him, doesn't get a setter. Getting a setter is so game winning sometimes.
Shockwave.
Yeah, and the free region, most importantly. Now that the region is gone, if you get there with the additional armor now that you have, pretty much unkillable. Oh, and be careful on Somnus.
Really low. He wants that haste.
2 of a kind.
Avoids the stun, doesn't get the haste, throws the Shackle out. This is such a ballsy play from Somnus, and he's going to get slept up. Does have the Dazzle right here. Doesn't get the Shallow Grave off. And he's going to die here too.
He used the heal, so he doesn't have the grave. Like a couple of misplays coming out from Elephant. Uncharacteristic. Like Somnus was really greedy for that rune. He could have even just gotten Laguna and then died right away.
Yeah.
And then a little misplay from FY using his heal. Not enough mana to grave. I don't think he should have died there.
Dire should look to their middle tower.
Now he's getting chased.
One more
IDC.
Gemini? Nope.
Under the tower, and he's going to go for this. Shikuchi, Dazzle, TPing in.
Tower is in danger.
Does have that time lapse if he needs it. South canceled immediately.
Well played by IDC.
Radiant structures are
Look at the damage he's putting on.
Be careful though.
Because this time lapse is going to put him right back under the tower.
That's not where you want to be, but he's going to be fine. A little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, he had the wand charges too.
Oh, stun on Void, silence.
Ink Swell with Phantom's Embrace. Got the silence, no time walk for him. Son Goku dying to Eurus. Now look for the sweep. They've got it. IDC. Firestab Cookie, the follow-up from SRF. Broomstroke coming in, but I don't know if it's going to be in time. They've got the Shallow Grave on Yang. There's the save coming in from FY.
Power of Grave. I also think a lot of people just forgot how to play against Dazzle in general. Because you can't do these hard committals. One Grave will literally just turn the teamfight around if you commit everything on one hero.
He needs to have good positioning through this, because he can really be a thorn in the side of the entire side of SAG. You throw Chrono, you think you got someone, Laguna Blade, oh, well, there's the Shallow Grave, you save your carry, and, you know, the fight turns around.
Dazzle is really a hard counter to the lineup here of SAG this game. This Void is not going to have fun at all. You will never really catch the Dazzle in Chrono because the cast range is so far. And if you don't Chrono at least 2 or 3 heroes, your AoE abilities won't be able to do anything because you just graved that one guy.
Right.
Definitely a tough game for Radiant here. see how they try to overcome, try to find a solution to it, because it's really not easy. You have to outplay. And outplaying Elephant is not easy.
Especially when they're on. Well, neutral items dropping. You've got a trusty shovel.
Dire's top
Best
tower
mask
is in
for the
danger.
Dire. Keen Optic coming in for the Radiant. They smoke up. Somnus and Red Panda. They're going to head towards bottom. They might be able to find a couple here if they're not too careful on SAG.
Weaver is a very tough kill, because like the Doom is hard to hit because he's so fast, and even the Shackle is hard to hit as well. And now they're just going to the jungle, expecting to find a Lina maybe, but
Get out. Getting out that Windrunner is missing, so they're going to go
back
back
lineup for the Shackle right now.
Swell and following that up with the ult and right on top of this Snapfire. Easy kill there for Somnus. 70 and XCJ make the rotation, but there's nothing there that they can do to catch them. And they'll look for the sweep. It does land on a 2, but do you want to follow this up? I think it's a little bit risky to make the move in, and they've landed the Shackle. They've got the power shot on a 7E. A little bit close to the tower. The Laguna Blade will deter Somnus for a moment. Swell and Red Panda thinking about going right on top of XCJ with the help that he's got.
IDC also to beat in.
Wow, they were really putting in the numbers and looking for Somnus. FY has Shallow Grave. Holding it. Being greedy. He never grieved him. And now Red Panda's dead too.
My labors.
Rotation by IDC, but you can tell FY is not super comfortable. Rave King getting Chrono. He has Reincarnation though.
So Reincarnation gets used. They're gonna still try to go into Eurus, but slowed up.
He bought back a Red Panda actually. Wow.
That's big committed.
To help the Rave King, who was fine already. That's a Chrono committed for Rave King. Oh, pretty much the same cooldown. Rave King is happy with this. But yeah, like, a little bit of overreactions here from the side.
Radiant's bottom
Elephant
tower is
is a
in
little
danger.
sloppy. It's, you know, maybe didn't warm up enough.
But yeah. Alright, just FY, man. A
Radiant's
couple of
bottom tower
times with
is
the
under
Shallow
attack.
Grave just not going out.
He actually casted it, but he canceled because he's fine. And then the spirit just in his face exploded. Somnus.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
That is not what you want to have happen.
Dire should look to
Certainly
their
not.
top tower.
I will say though,
Dire
all
have
those stations
fortified their
really open up the
structures
lane for
against
Yang.
attack.
It did. I mean, he's
Radiant's
sitting
bottom
pretty much
tower
the same
is
network
under
as Rave.
attack.
No.
Dire's
The
top
bot tower
tower is under
Rave King
attack.
going straight into the Radiance.
Bottom
1600 away from his
fallen.
relic. Of course he did.
Dire should
He's trying
look
to set it
their
up.
top
All of their
tower.
cores want everything. The rule of thumb for Elephant.
the greed.
Dire's
Yes.
top tower is under attack.
And in turn, they're gonna give up their own top tower though.
Dire's top tower
He's
has
going into a hood
fallen.
on the Void.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I
under
like
attack.
it quite a bit. As I said, you just want to be the front and the kind of tanky guy. Can stand there, give information for your team. Because Snapfire needs that, Lina needs that, Weaver needs that. To an extent, even Ella Titan needs it as well.
IDC, he's got Perseverance and Dragonland.
I don't understand item build. Perseverance is not a great value item. It's very expensive, like 1700 for 6.5 television,
Sentry
2.5
down.
region. That's it. Yeah. Maybe he wanted to go like in the Lincoln first. He's like, nah, I'm gonna go Dragonlance. He's like, nah, I'm gonna go Maelstrom.
He just wants 3 items. Components.
Somnus' game is pretty slow though. Like you said, he was averaging about 11 minutes. So 12, he's still quite a bit away from it.
Yeah, he's not gotten it yet, and I think he's died a couple times where
Dire
he
structures
really
are
shouldn't have.
fortified.
For sure. Those 2 deaths were very
Greedy.
unfortunate.
That's generous. He went for the haste rune bottom with like a 200 health.
Yeah.
And then mid was just, I think that one's on it. More so on FY,
Yeah.
but it happens.
I mean, that's the problem sometimes, right? When you have to play so many different heroes. You're not super comfortable on all of them. Now Smoke up, Doom ready, Grimstock ult ready. That double Doom.
And they've got the blink, so they have the reveal on that too.
Yeah.
Could be
The Dire
really bad for SAG.
On the
But
hunt
they're also
for
smoking up
radiant
bottom here on the
forces.
mid-range. They might get the kill before they come in. Chrono.
They have Chrono.
Radiant's
They're
top
gonna go with the
tower
Mortarverse Kisses.
is
This is the
under
combo that they were looking for, but is it enough damage? It doesn't look like it quite yet, and they need to be careful because they're coming around back on Elephant. They got the Shackle, they'll get the kill on Somnus, and now it's the other way. Throw the Doom onto a solo target to start. That's onto the Luna of 70. They'll get the kill on the Luna quick, and follow that up with one on SRF. Son Goku, silence, can't time walk, but it gets the Phantom's Embrace off of him. 2 for 1. Both mids falling, and
Dire
there is the
should
Maelstrom.
look
Final
to their
13 and a half
top
minutes. A
tower.
little bit slower than Somnus's average, at least recently.
Still quite good though for the Dire Strategy. They trade the mid laner, sure, but you get
Dire's
another one on top.
top
Good
tower
blink
is under
reveal as
attack.
well. And they're just farming up a
Radiant
storm.
should
Like
look
Wraith
to their
King
middle tower.
pretty much has his relic done.
Radiant have
Gonna have a
fortified
very
their
good radiance
structures
timing.
against
Doom is just
attack.
getting bigger and bigger. Sure, Wind Ranger's struggling a little bit, but the rest of your cores are owning.
Yeah. By quite a bit.
Radiant should look to their
I don't know
middle
if they can commit for
tower.
this mid tower here. Medina has to ping into the side.
But they've
Oh,
got
be
the
so
X on
careful
the
here.
flank. They knew where he was going to be. They could kill on a 7-8. First part comes through. That's going to land for Somnus as well as Yang. They've got the sweep on a Yang, so he's running away, but it doesn't look like he'll escape with his life. They've got the Shikuchi right on top. The region's right there for him, but he's unable to pick it up, and they get the kill on a Yang, and they also take out the reincarnation of
Radiant's
this
bottom
Eurus Wraith
tower
King.
is under
And
attack.
70 way in over his head. Like they saw the TP, because obviously, like they were standing right next to it. And as a laner, you can't really allow yourself to be in such a position. Sengoku low. Though, very tanky.
They got the sleep. I wonder if they want to follow this up. Time dilation.
He's getting blown
Got
up.
a damage
No
coming
grave.
in. Again, no grave.
Did you think I could not break you?
Red Panda.
He's looking like he's dead too. FY gets the grave off this time, but I don't know. I think that's just extremely inevitable. That was close enough where he might be dead as well, and they give up the chase. They just take Red Panda's life.
They're rushing him down. Yeah, I feel like Somnus should have lived there again. FY really dropping the ball there a couple of times on the graves. Another short pause here, hopefully. I mean, at least Wraith King didn't die, right? He's gonna have his radiance up in 300.
He
But
didn't die a second time.
like, these Wind Ranger deaths really hurt because you're not a flash farm hero. And SAG is actually doing a pretty commendable job. One kill lead for Elephant.
Now the
Game
fight
being
resumes.
But
But will it fall?
right away.
Dire's middle
I love
tower
this
is
new
under
snap fight
attack.
that everyone's doing. Max a shredder. Ton of minus armor, ton of
Dire's
damage.
middle tower has fallen. Dire structures are fortified.
Quite the minus armor early, and then you get that with the Solar Crest.
Yeah. Faces Void. Thrown up in 15. He's going into the Saint Yasha Aghanim's. Alright.
Does Solar Crest get nerfed again? Just made it a little bit more expensive?
Money to burn.
It feels so strong right now.
I don't think so. Still the same item.
Radiant scan, eager to know
Just way
Dire's
cheaper.
whereabouts.
Way
And
cheaper.
just very available to sports.
I mean, the biggest question mark I have about the item is, did you lose the armor when you cast it? Why don't you lose the movement speed as well? It's just for free, you know, you get 10% for free. The caster doesn't lose it. And also, where does that come from? Magic.
Yang. Sengoku has Chrono. He'll use it. Maybe rotate in time. They actually have Somnus here. Mortimer's kiss is doesn't connect. Yang, but he's not tanking up. They'll use the Laguna Blade too. So a couple of ults here for one kill.
4 ults.
On this Doom, yeah.
It was 4 ults blown for 1 Doom. Okay.
And that gives Elephant now an opportunity to fight. No Chrono.
Dire's middle
Laguna's not the
tower is
longest
under
cooldown
attack.
down. Mortimer's Kisses is decently long, and so is Air Splitter, but I mean, that should be a bit of an opening, especially now that you've got this Radiant and Eurus. Like, you can move in.
Yeah, no reincarnation. You definitely want to have a level 12 and reincarnation off cooldown before you start that fight. But that radiance is gonna be a big problem. Like the Lina will miss hit, Weaver as well, even Faces Void. It's a very strong item this game.
You see, just foregoing boots the entire time.
Yeah, seen a lot of Weaver there. Straight for Lincoln straight now.
275 movement speed.
About 550 with the Squishy,
Yes.
which now can't break speed limit anymore. So it's like Wind Ranger Axe as well. Whole bunch of other stuff. I believe the only hero that can now is Bloodseeker, right?
I think so.
Speed Demon.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
10-8 though for SAG.
Yeah, gold difference, less than 1,000.
Keeping it close for a
Radiant's middle
long
tower
time.
is
And
under attack. Dire
Very
shall
strong now
look
though.
to
But
their
there's no
top
ults on
tower.
the Radiant as we know. Euros with Reincarnation level 2.
Sun Goku might get caught here. They do have a blink on the Doom. They're just not going to catch him. And this ward is why, so immediately the TP away from this Spaceless Void. They'll land the sleep on the Eurus. He just got Reincarnation back. I don't think he wants to use it this quickly, but it looked like he will. So that's the first life gone, and finally Elephant are going to react. They're going to blink forward to use that Doom on the 7E. The Inkswell also pops right on top of the shockwave over. It looks like the Lena's going to die, and Yang gets the kill there. They've also taken out SRF on this Sapphire. A couple of silences thrown over onto the SAG side, trying to catch them out, and XCJ will be the third to drop. A double kill there for Somnus. A little bit of a rebuttal coming out from Elephant.
And this is what we spoke about. Sure, you can kill the Raven once, but after that, where's the damage going to come from? Your ult was still on cooldown. You really need all the firepower you can get, because like that Doom is going to jump the Lina pretty much every time. There's no counterplay. They have zero safe. You see it here again.
Under attack.
Euros dies first time pretty quickly, sure, but Radiant's burn damage is dealing a lot. Let's see respawn. His team is ready to fight. Doom gets a great Doom up on the Lina, which is like one of the main DPS, and then how do you fight after that? There's no way. An Elephant run them over.
And he's just tanky too. Like IDC's just standing there throwing right clicks at Yang. He doesn't care.
Yeah, like this new armor buff on Doom is so good, and he's gonna have his BKB, so it's gonna get even harder. But they take the chance to take Roshan because they know Doom is on cooldown, Reincarnation on cooldown. Very good call. Like, they make the best out of a bad situation. Very good call. Like a lot of higher tier teams can't even do that kind of call, you know. Very important that you can.
But his fate
and Lina takes the
will be
it is okay.
to rise again.
And they have Chrono available, so they can really make something happen with this Aegis timing. You know, everybody's got their ults up here for SAG. They get caught out with, you know, without those ults, but now they have an opportunity to go right back and go for a fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Have to stop this Wraith King. He is getting a little bit out of control. Now the Sage picked up, sitting at a good 1800 health. Going to the Blink Dagger next. There's just so much survivability coming out from the Dire. You got the Grave, you got the Reincarnation, the tanky Doom with BKB in the front line.
Dire's top tower is
you need
under
a
attack.
godlike initiation here on the Faceless Void. If you chrono just one guy, won't cut it.
And that's what they've been
Middle tower
doing though.
is under attack.
Chrono to get like singular pickoffs.
Yeah, pickoffs. Like, they never really tried to take a team fight yet. And I think that Doom with BKB,
Radiant's middle tower is
Windranger
under attack.
just picked up her BKB now, and it's nigh impossible to team fight at this point. Even if you chrono and they get BKB off, you can't kill them. Team fight just got a whole lot harder. Another smoke though. Let's see if Sumner still got those
Radiant are
fast
scanning for enemies.
And comes in, so they know basically where Somnus is. Assume that the rest of the team is with them based on their presence on the map, and they're going to smoke themselves, and this is a smoke that I would say SHE should be anticipating.
for sure.
They're coming around. Their smoke breaks. Inkswell looking for the blink. That's going to be a blink over onto the Elder Time. They've got themselves the Infernal Blade. They get kill on SRF as well as XCJ. They're taking up both supports that are going to buy back immediately inside of SAG. But Doom is out on the Void. Well, this is not good for Son Goku, who needs to run away and will get some distance with that Fire Snap cookie. Ursula comes through to Yang as well as Eurus. They get the kill to Son Goku as he tries to run. Finally, a good shallow grave from Adwai to save this Doom. He TPs out, and so does the rest of the team. The only casualty of war ends up being Somnus for Elephant.
Yeah, and 2 buybacks expended here on the supports, and you can see the Chronosphere. The Void was so nervous, he cancels his Chrono 3 times, then he ends up chronoing a BKB, Doom, and his own Diva in there as well. We spoke about how much pressure there is on him. We can see it here again. Look at the Void, look at the Chronosphere. Rough. Actually rough. He chronoed more teammates than enemies.
Yeah, and ended up the Snapfire walked into it too.
Yeah. And both supports had to buy back. Doom also dies to the DOT damage of the Desert Poison as well as Doom. And it's just gonna get harder, really.
Fortunate there for SAG, because you gotta expect that they knew pretty much where Elephant was in that engagement.
I mean, they scanned them out.
Yeah.
I should definitely know.
And even with that information, it just might that goes well.
And you can just see the problems of the land. It's just like no real, like super long range auto attackers or anything with that Void. Like we've seen offlane Void like what 2-3 years ago. It was very popular with like long range heroes like Wind Ranger Middle and stuff, but it's just not very popular because an offlane Void doesn't offer a whole lot. You gotta have But now, sure. I mean, you might not die, but do you do anything? You don't do any damage. You don't really disable. There's a reason why it has always been a carry.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And now
attack.
he's got queued up the
Radiant
Ags
structures
and
are
the Shard.
fortified.
The Shadow and Void.
Dire structures are
I don't know if you've seen
fortified.
it. It's one of the most ridiculous ones where you jump in and out. Like it looks really, really dumb, like an anime kind of thing. SE with an Invis rune here, getting burned up right now, and power shot it. He's half health.
The Jose, he goes in with the BKB. Oh, the Shower Grave, it's there finally for FY to get the save on a Stunnus. They follow this up with the Mortimer's Kisses, but they just don't land them. They'll go after Eurus, who does have that reincarnation. They're running into the Radiance. Yang maybe looking to turn this around. He's got the Blink Dagger as well as the Inkswell, but he's not going to commit for this. Time Walk, Time Dilation, out onto Eurus with a chase from IDC. They should be able to pop this first life, but are capable of doing so. Chrono onto both Eurus as well as Red Panda. They'll land the elevator. Oh, no, yet moving the three-man stun. Oh, man. Yang, he really turns this one around, and maybe, just maybe, Elephant can make something of this as they're losing these heroes, though. So even though they got the big stun from Yang, they still get the kill on a Red Panda and Eurus. They'll look over at F1 who's out of mana and out of life. Triple kill for IDC, and they have found Yang. On the other side of the fight, they're looking over at Somnus. They've got two heroes going after this Windrunner who's been disarmed. Fire Snap Cookie, it's in time! It's in time! They've got the time dilation. Shackle, power shot, not enough damage, and SRF will get the kill on a Somnus. A very big fight for SAG, and it didn't look like it was going well to start.
Yeah, and there was a buyback also expanded on the Grimstroke. The fight started pretty well, like the Lina, good initiation. On the Wind Ranger it was, I believe, right? And there was a good time in Grave to save him, but he was so low health already to start the fight with. Good Chronosphere this time coming out as well.
Times the reincarnation pretty well too, and he comes back to life.
Yang there, I thought he was going to make enough of this.
I thought he saved the team fight right there.
Yeah, the three-man stun coming in, and he had the Inkswell on him. I think if he stays with those three teammates...
But he didn't find a Doom target.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't Doom the Weaver because of the Lincoln. He couldn't Doom the Lina because of Aegis. He ended up not using it at all. And, like, they always want team fights on the back of a good Doom initiation, right? On that Lina, potentially even on the Void. He just couldn't find it there at all.
I'm a bit surprised just because he had Inkswell on. So he stayed gets the Inkswell on. Double do it though.
Double Wraith Fire Blast. They're getting Inferno Blade. They're focusing their attention onto the Faceless Void as they already got the kill on XCJ.
Easy too.
Silent again, and he's still doomed. It doesn't matter. He's trying to run. He's dead and gone. Some Goku can't do enough with this life.
I just realized Void has 3k health.
Fortified.
Alright. Snap ult just to kill the creep wave. But it's still a catapult, my friend.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dazzle, by the way, going for Ags. He's almost got that.
Yeah. What was that? A Dispel, right? Dispel.
Dispel allies, and then it goes the heal and the damage by 100.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
What's that? The Dispel. Time dilation. That's it. Solar Crest, potentially. Not a whole lot of value this game, I feel like. Maybe just wants it to get the stronger heal. It's a possibility, but it's a very expensive axe.
I like Shard.
Me too.
But obviously it's much better against like a
It's not in my nature.
Here it's still really strong.
Yeah, against the Weaver. The build here is very good. Lina now finished her BKB.
Maybe he thinks it's just they've got their BKBs, or they get their BKBs, it won't have as much value.
Maybe. So what does it put the heal up to? 240. 240 heal every 5 seconds. I mean, it's not bad, of course.
Scanning for enemies.
Is there potentially like a better item choice, like an E-Blade or something? Or your Guardian Greaves.
Yeah, finishing the Greaves.
Or like a pipe for your team. We'll see. I haven't really seen this axe in action.
Yeah, certainly not as much as the Shard.
I've seen it once with a Brood, that was funny. Because the heal dealt like 1500 damage. Red Panda. Just in time. Oh, the Faceless Void shard is... It's pretty legit. Because you fought
tower is
cast
under
range and you
attack.
will jump back.
Reverse.
Money to burn.
Like you literally just jump back to exact
Time is money.
And it has 1.5 seconds cast time. So you can juke around with it quite a bit.
I want to see if he's got the moves.
Kind of looks like he's moonwalking, yeah. You'll see.
Moves like Jagger or moves like Michael Jackson? You know, do a little
Michael Jackson, pretty much. You'll see. You'll see. You got the whole music swag going as well.
Start playing Billie Jean.
Yeah. Alright, state of the game. Where are we at? It's only 1 kill lead for Elephant. However, it's just their scalability is so much better, right? Like, Wraith King outscales Weaver, Doom outscales the Faceless Void, Angelina is going BKB Lincoln Zeal, so he'll be dealing a whole lot of damage. All itemizing very defensively. Like, very defensive. Weaver, though, is an MKB, so that's quite a bit of damage. As well as the Dragonlance and Grove also actually got decent attack range.
I guess it also goes back to that conversation we have when we talked about these teams that have been promoted. Is like, they, you know, when we watched LBZS, when we watched Magma, they would have these good 15 minutes and completely fall off the cliff. Here, SCG, 30 minutes into the game, they're still keeping it close, and they still look like they have potential to win this one.
They're doing a good job for sure. Just Weaver didn't die yet at all. I'm like really afraid if they ever like get a Doom off on him or something. Cause like he's always the guy dealing the main damage. Doom now has a Heaven's Help, which means he can easily pop that Links and Doom you. Now Smoke again. Try to die. Roshan up.
Radiant's bottom tower
5
is
seconds.
under attack.
That's the shard.
Infernal Blade giving that additional stun and bonus damage.
Let's see who picks up the shard here on Roche after they kill it. The shard on Doom. Who would want? I guess you dazzle the shard if you.
I think Grim is also a good case because it dispels all the
I guess, yeah.
Right, Wacken both once.
They'll go after this. They do have Chrono. They have everything here to try and stop this. If you are SAG, they're close.
This is not an easy Roche for Diana. Like they have Elder Titan, they have Chronosphere. There's not something they should risk.
Pain when you're trying to go for Roche. Time walk in.
You see it?
First time walk.
The wetter, the better. True, and most of life.
Oh, forward?
No backward.
Not bad.
Just farming around the Roche pit. Of course, neither team wants to give the Roshan.
Tough for both sides.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Going to MKB next. Of course, the best scaling damage item with Focus Fire.
More fuel for my fire.
Wraith King, Saint Yasha, BKB, huh? Okay, he just wants to frontline for his team. Give Doom a little bit of information to be able to jump better. I like it.
I'm just
One team will make a move soon.
we'll see if that ends up hurting them. Now they're going to go into Roche on the side of SAG.
It will die fast, and if they don't respond quickly, it's almost dead already.
Sure to fate.
You have
Time walk. Time walk.
with the Roche guys.
And they're going to get Roche.
The mighty
That's a shard.
Roshan in his
For whom?
spirit.
He's gonna
giving it
take it
himself.
himself.
It's very good against these Glimmer Games and stuff, so I like that quite a bit. Counters invisibility now, of course, as we all know.
Did he? Yeah, he hit it. Okay.
Dazzle out the Aghanim's. It doesn't dispel the Beetles, I believe. It does. So really, it just dispels time dilation and the Solar Crest potential. Maybe a little Shredder debuff.
I'm surprised Elephant gave that up. So
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
now they're one game behind.
But they have MKB and Wind Ranger now. Like, they have a ton of damage potential. You can kill a guy with Wind Ranger, you can potentially doom 2 other targets. Like, this team fight could end up be really like, easy for Elephant, you know? Like, if you get a good initiation on, but if you get a good Chronosphere in turn, it will all just come down to the place.
Right.
Like, we're still looking for the big Chronosphere here,
Haste.
which is not easy to land at all against these heroes. Wind Ranger is very fast, Doom, backline is hard to cut into. Now Weaver has Aegis, so you can't really doom him anymore. Lina to go, but she also has the Lincolns.
This is gonna be tough.
But this is where all the defensive itemization comes into play. Will they have enough damage if the Weaver gets taken out as a quest?
Radiant's bottom tower is under
60% of their
attack.
damage right now.
It's a big if though. They need to kill him twice.
Yeah, and he's sitting at a respectable health pool as well. Now Daedalus. Wow, he's gonna hit like a truck.
Eurus, he's in trouble. Ooh.
Debated.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's see.
Radiant's
Next team
structures
could be
are
really chaotic. There's a
fortified.
ton of damage coming out from both
Dyer's
sides.
top tower
I think if
is
SAG
under
win
attack.
instantly, they can just shut down the game for Elephant.
Yeah, if they win a fight in front of the Elephant base, the game is gone. Game is done.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Diva keeping bottom. Somnus. Oh, Chronosphere.
Chrono comes in. They're gonna go after Somnus. They should have the damage. Oh my god! Yeah, they do have the damage. Rips through Somnus.
Daedalus Weaver, yeah. I hope he goes for the Gemini attack on level 25. That triple Weaver attack with MKB and Daedalus, if you crit twice, it's like literally just 2,000 damage from one auto attack.
He's going
Dyer's
BKB's also
middle
got
tower
Glut here.
is under attack.
Shoot up.
I don't really feel like it needs MKB. I would like Satanic more. But if you get doomed, you die either way. With Satanic, you can at least get back and life leech through it.
It's a big if he gets doomed, because he still has the Lincoln.
Dyer's middle
So
tower
what is the
is no more.
BKB gonna do for you, though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Not a big
agree with
fan.
the skip, and I think time walk in, reverse time walk out. BKB's gonna be popped. They'll go after IDC's. Going to get that time
BKB's
off.
popped.
Annihilation. The BKB's, well, they're no longer available for Elephant.
That is bad. The cooldown got increased by 5 seconds, 7 seconds now. That might be a free red.
Son Goku just going in
That's so
and
annoying.
out.
Yeah.
Not a matter to work with though.
Here's a cheese though.
For the swell, it hits as he time walked in, but he's fine.
No damage.
No damage following that up.
And SAG is pretty scared, even though they use both their BKBs pretty inefficiently. Okay. There's the inexperience shining through a little bit. I feel like I could have forced a little bit more.
Yeah, with the BKBs down, like, you've got the advantage.
Definitely. Because you
You
didn't
already
use
have the
yours.
Aegis.
And now 2k lead for SAG. I'm actually pretty impressed and also disappointed at the same time.
With Elephant's play and impressed by SAG's play?
Yeah.
Haste.
Like, SAG is playing well. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I expected more of Elephant after yesterday.
Still don't have Chrono for 50.
But the damage on the Doom, there was just one Gemini attack. Inkswell on the skeleton.
With him, Great Fire Blast, force the BKB of 70. You've got the Yules, LSA, following it up, looking for the sweep. They're missing everything though.
Yeah.
Hits on a red panda, but that's not who you want to hit it on. Go after XCJ, who will get that Glimmer Cape, get out of vision, and get out of dodge.
Now the question is, why are they giving him so much respect? Act like they're 15k behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, you know, missing all your storms
You're just gonna
after
inspire some-
Yules, not the best sign. Age is gonna run out very shortly.
Yep.
10 seconds.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Block, but they're with him. Pop the Lincolns, hit the absorb in time, so Great Fire Blast bounces back to Eurus. Right here, who puts damage onto the Wraith. They've got the BK and Papa Yang, and now the Doom is out on a Sun Goku. Look at the damage come out on Eurus. They'll get the first life out of the hands of the Wraith. They've got them out of this Faceless Void, but look at the damage to get the kill on him. They're chasing, they're going, but they've got that Glimmer Cape, and that should keep him alive. Sun Goku survives the
Tower is
Doom.
under attack.
Eats the cheese, and this is your turn, because you've got Chrono available. They're going to smoke to try and catch up. Elephant, they really need to get out of here, and they've split up. They don't
Radiant's top
split
tower has
away. SAG don't catch anybody. They don't lose anybody either.
That's triple Lincolns now. I don't plural of Lincolns. I'm just gonna always call it Lincolns. Linkai?
Linkai, yeah.
Lincolns.
Dyer's are scanning for enemies.
He's got Chrono. Time dilation though, reverse time walk.
So no Doom for 100 now. Are they gonna finally try to make use of this window? Because Doom is one of the strongest abilities.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
They have triple Lincoln.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Oh god.
Chop point. Weaver though.
Yeah, the Weaver in trouble. The Chrono!
He Chrono the Weaver.
But it's off Weaver! I don't know if they're gonna be able to get IDC out. It was a 3-man Chrono, but it also caught the Weaver. They're gonna buy back on the Weaver, and he's gonna try to get back into this one, but the Scorpions on the open chain as well. Just out and the kill on XJ losing Yang. They need to be careful with this Weaver who's back into the flames, only sitting at about half health. They do the reincarnation with the BKB
damage on Eurus.
but the damage on the Eurus is gonna be enough. They've got the silence on Son Goku. Pulls in touch, that comes in, fires that cookie, getting him away, but Sonic putting damage. Eurus going back in. He's lands on the 2. He's on the run, but I'm not sure he gets out. He's thinking about moving back in. This is a real tough decision for him as they'll continue to chase on a Son Goku, who is tough to catch up with because he's got that time walk. Time walk over. Oh, Somnus, did he spot him?
Barely
Did not.
And this is the problem with Void and Weaver. Your attack range is the chrono range. We spoke about it multiple times. He was caught in the chrono again. If he's out of the chrono, I think they're going to crush that fight.
Yeah, I mean, you landed a 3-man chrono. It's almost perfect, but just on the edge. We'll see it again. Weaver, he's just on the edge of it. Because it doesn't catch Yang, and they're right next to each other. It was almost perfect. The Earth Splitter comes in and hits everybody. Like, this fight could have gone so much better if Weaver's outputting damage a little bit earlier.
And then Weaver bought back, coming back into the fight with half health, of course expanding that ult. And yeah, like, that one chrono, you know, looked massive, but in the end, it still caught the Weaver, which lost them the team fight. It's so much responsibility on the faces of make the team fight work, which is exactly why I'm not the biggest fan of offlane Voids.
Right.
There's so much pressure on him, you know?
And it's so much pressure. And even though it looked so good for him,
it worked just barely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
a millimeter.
3 heroes, 4 heroes caught, minus the Weaver getting caught, and it feels like it's
Illusion.
The game might even just end right there, because they didn't have buybacks on Dire. The way it went, now Elephant sitting at a pretty good lead. Boom, up again.
Roche up in a minute 15. It's going to be Aegis Cheese, potentially Ags, or Refresher Shard, which could mean, you know, 2 dooms.
Yeah. So what item do I want to see on the Weaver here? Leveler would be fine. Maybe Minotaur Horn.
Yeah.
He has it in his inventory. But not anymore.
Spider legs?
He doesn't really need boots. He's a Weaver, bro. And he took the Gemini attack. It's going to be a triple attack every 3 seconds. Gonna hurt a lot. But he has no buyback now. It's very scary for Radiant.
Yeah. He needs to be very careful, and they're going to want to go for that Roche. And know that. They're posturing in the right spot.
Tower is under attack.
Trying to figure out, like, where SAG are, and if they posture here, they control here, they can go after and just back up towards Roche.
I mean, Dire's Roche is not nearly as fast as Radiant's though. You know, if they show again on the side lane like they did before, maybe SAG will just snack the Roche again.
Radiant's courier has been slain in
problem now.
cold
We've done
blood.
buyback.
7E's MKB.
Oh, where did that get killed?
Shot.
Oh no. That's a huge boost to damage. Because he has 0 damage out of him still. That can really be massive for him. Now 3 minutes without it. Weaver will have his BKB for the next fight. But I feel like Weaver never really had a problem with
Radiant's
spells.
tower
Like,
is
the only
under
times
attack.
he had problems was when he got chronoed.
Right.
Right.
Our teammates. I'm kidding.
It's just so tough to like even say anything about the Void Chrono still. It's just very tough.
It's a game of ancients. And there's Ags on this Roche, by the way, so...
It's gone already.
Yeah, there's...
Something with Aegis. He's gonna take the axe.
I'd like to see it on Doom.
Death can catch me now.
I give it a Eurus. So nice Doom. But oh no, that's gonna land on a 2. They get the kill on Yang. Yang gets buyback. He's on for 84 right now. Red Panda looking like he'll fall. And they'll time walk right on top of him. They'll get the kill. Don't have buyback.
Yeah. But Doom was used though. So Doom's buyback won't be as impactful. Void's still going in.
No.
He's tanky.
Yeah, he's just moving forward. Time walk in, time walk out. You do the poke cage, turn yourself around.
One Gemini attack on Euros takes him down to about 60%.
My brush remains.
Buyback used by Red Panda.
Yeah, I have to give respect to this now. Weaver is just too scared simply because you don't have buyback. He has double rapier queued up. Let's go. IDC doesn't care.
Money to burn.
IDC pressure.
100 seconds till Roche, or not Roche, Void's Chrono is available. He's almost got Axe.
Dire's bottom tower is
Every jump
under
is going to
attack.
back.
Does that reverse?
Just under.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The reverse doesn't
Does
even
not
heal
affect
you.
health or
It would be too broken otherwise. Because the cooldown reduction is also minus 2, so it has 4 seconds on that spell now. The massive range.
Time is money.
Dude, it goes for a Chronosphere AoE. It's literally gonna be 640 AoE.
I don't
But it's gonna be
think
sabotaging
he
the
wants
Weaver.
it. Yeah, I think you'd rather the backtrack. You make that Chronosphere too big, like you're already struggling to not hit your Weaver.
Now you have a choice at least. You know, back then, like last patch, you were forced to all the talent levels. You could not stop yourself from getting a bigger chrono. At least now you have to skill it yourself.
There's the Ags.
Yeah. I actually lost games because I got to level 30 on Void. My chrono suddenly too big. I didn't want it.
You just don't realize the difference in
Chrono,
in
my teammate.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yep, screw you, bro. You just lost the game." Yeah.
Courier back up in 10 seconds for 7E.
Yeah.
So
That
he'll have that
MKB
FKB.
is a massive damage boost. With that attack speed you get from Fiery Soul, level 25 now also up, 150 attack range. Additional on Lina, sitting at a good 820.
He's got 2. Shackle!
They didn't know.
They didn't know that they caught Son Goku. Through all those trees, they caught the Void. I don't think they were expecting that.
Yeah.
They just maybe assumed it hit a tree. Oh my god.
There's a DD top. But they have no ward on it.
Up high ground push, because they do have the Chrono.
And the Void Scepter now as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bash. I mean, both teams just have such good high ground defense, actually. Might be looking at a minute 60 game here.
Excited. I love minute 60.
What am I looking at? Yeah. Like, what would break the game?
Top tower is under
Pirate
attack.
Catalina, like, she just waves the arms too fast, she will be teleported to the next game. Like a helicopter is taken off.
Flies out of the map.
Has left the channel.
Fire.
For Wraith King.
He completed it already?
Are
He did.
scanning for enemies.
He's a big boy.
Do you get overwhelming blink if you're Doom?
Nah, I think I can blink.
But I'm worth so much more.
Double damage.
Just got popped.
He's looking at Refresher right now, so we'll find out. Maybe if we get that far, we'll go for overwhelming or arcane blink.
Yeah. So now,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, they have really no players are Radiant. They can't kill Red King twice, they can't kill Moon Radiant twice.
They kind of have to wait for them to come up high ground.
And even if you kill them twice, just act up on Radiant still gives them 70 seconds. Oh, I didn't know it gives attack speed and movement speed buffs to the reincarnated heroes. Was it added recently? Don't think so. Must have been added for a while. Wow.
70
attack
tower is under attack.
That's a lot.
Radiant's top tower
Goes the
is
tower.
no more.
Especially movement speed. 25 is no joke.
Radiant's
Back
top
from the
tower is
void.
under attack.
Try and clean up that top lane.
So assuming everybody gets 6 slotted, who is better? I still think Radiant is probably gonna win.
Radiant.
I mean, Dire, sorry.
Well, I think Void kind of transitions more into getting some damage out.
Yeah, it's just like, how do you ever farm enough to be really relevant in that kind of late game? You have your Halberd, Lincoln's Hood, Axe. Like, you deal no damage when I hear right now.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Maybe he gets lucky, he jumps in with Scepter, gets a triple bash.
Potentially. Divine Rapier picked up.
On the
IDC. He's
Reaper.
got it.
IDC doesn't care.
No, he does not.
He deals a ton of damage. So one Gemini attack, like a double, triple crit on like the Wind Ranger, he's gone.
Perfect chrono. This time you don't catch him. He can output a lot of damage.
However, you get doomed.
These are also facts.
I am a fact spiller.
Build all these facts.
Yeah.
Just make it a talent.
You know, yesterday I had an Invoker game,
Yeah.
and I killed a couple of the tornado and said Mr. Twister. Mr. Twister, 5 tornado kills. I should just rename it. And it was so funny. No twisters in this game? I guess Somnus, maybe. Next twist. Another smoke. game has been really quiet for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think a little bit of hesitancy from both sides. You've got level 25 now for Somnus.
He went for the what? Cooldown reduction, okay. Doom.
Went 3 for Doom.
Yeah, Doom is gonna go for the 150% cleave, obviously.
Used for SAG, and let's see if they can catch anybody. You got a
Lina.
idea of where they are.
Be so careful with Lina, man. Oh, this is so scary, this position.
Regeneration.
It's like into creep wave.
Yeah, that's aggressive.
They're making me nervous.
Oh, Cliff, but he didn't reverse
Time is money.
What can I say?
Cliff Deasy.
Nature loves me.
Cliff Goku.
He's about to be level 25.
Yeah, he
Wanna
got
see
the
what he
Chrono
takes?
AoE talent.
Chrono, your team.
AoE is no
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's so big.
Yeah.
Just Chrono all 10 heroes. That's certainly possible.
Didn't think I'd hit that again.
What, Chrono all 10 heroes?
Oh, that's so big.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
High ground, all right.
No
Look
chills.
at the damage on his tower.
They give no chills, man.
Oh, man.
And Lina went back for another hit. Go back for
That's so
another.
greedy. 7E, man. All right, all right.
I just gonna let him fall. Oh, the shackle!
Perfect. All right.
Took it in.
That's gonna land on the right hand of the Chrono. Oh, it's holding on to his grim stroke. I don't think that's gonna be enough. The damage is big. Now the soulbind and the shackle. They've got the lockdown. Do they have the damage to get the kill fires? Now it's gonna get Goku away with BKB's being popped by IDC as well as 7E. They'll take the first light from his right. He does blink away. Yang moving in with the Inkswell on. That's gonna pop right out of the fire. Time walk here. Time walk out. They've got the Doom out of the Weaver. He needs to run now. He needs to get out because he's got that Divine Rapier. He has to hold it, and I'm not sure
Now he's
if
not
they're
gonna
gonna be
burn
able to
out.
follow up, get that kill onto the Weaver.
He's gonna be fine. If he had that axe on Doom, he would have burned out there.
Yeah.
But he did not. So we just lose Yang 470. Man, they were so aggressive on SAG here. Actually insane. Chrono.
Forcing a move. I'm super impressed with something.
Yeah, I mean, we can just see it here again. He got cookied further into the base.
And this Chrono could have been devastating.
Yeah. If he had the talent there,
If he had the talent, I think.
they're both in.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
140 radius is big.
I always have a hard time envisioning radius like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like double, pretty much.
But it was just on the Grimstroke.
Yeah.
That's just.
Fortunate.
Yeah.
And it's
When
great.
you look at the
instantly came
damage
out.
they're doing, and it's disgusting.
It is. Yeah.
God, 70 just getting lit up by the dead Doom.
He's gonna go for another rapier. Let's go. He also found a leveler.
They're moving in. Sakuki that's gonna run out of Somnus. Somnus trying to get healed up, but he's slapped up by the Elder Titan. That so the soul bomb with the Mark coming out from Yours, but Yours taking a lot of damage. Reincarnation's gonna pop with BKB popped here by IDC. You gotta remember how much damage
Yours
he puts
taking a
out.
lot of damage.
Splitter coming in. BKB's been popping. He's gonna be knocked out for the Shadow Graven trying to keep you away.
Nice.
Yours fires the just surviving. Time walking. Time walking. Getting the right for depth going out from Somnus. Somnus gonna lose his life to IDC. IDC maybe looking over a Red Panda who's gonna use himself, but be dropped back down to earth and killed.
Did he crit him for 600 damage in the face?
God.
If Wraith King dies there, he has no buyback. That was so close.
3,000 short of
Did
buyback.
you see that? Like the cookie connected in like the last millisecond of BKB availability.
Yeah.
Oh, Roshan is up though.
Oh, it's everything. Look how fast it's gonna drop.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
When
attack.
IDC isn't stunned by Roche. There it goes. This
Yeah.
is still a 12k lead from Elephant's probably gonna drop more to 4.
Refresh on our faces void.
So now you have 2
And
opportunities.
he went for the
Radiant's bottom
cross.
tower is
However, Weaver had to get rid of the Dragonlance. Attack range 425. Chrono and AoE 640.
Axe is gonna be devoured? To eat that?
On whom?
Lina? It
Lina
looks like.
ate
I don't
the
know.
axe?
No, holding it right now. Holding it for the moment.
Lina Axe is not that good.
Arms of my kin
on
try
Red
to
Panda.
hold me back.
Someone wants to hold it if he can. Oh, he's done him.
He's on himself. Eurus needs to be careful. Scatterblast, Sun Goku. Time walk in, time walk out.
IDC.
Turns around. Doom on IDC. And they got Soul Line. We're gonna jump in. They've got themselves a sun coming up from Yankees. Using the damage. Get the kill from IDC. He's got the H. So he's got the second chance out. Is to try and get the damage out. They've got the shot that's gonna be out on Yang, but the damage coming in for Sun Goku. Spin tuned up as well. So he'll fall. He'll drop the gem. He's dead.
He's dead.
Void. They'll get the
some on Eurus now the divine.
Oh man, that's a lot of damage coming out for Eurus, but the scatter blast that's going to be thrown forward onto Eurus. The buybacks come out from multiple heroes on the side of SAG, as well as Red Panda being dead for 103, and Yang, he's back via the buyback.
He bought back an IDC. I'm not sure why.
If he had just not bought back,
would have been, I mean,
probably,
not great, because he lost to Rapier, but at least he would have been very close to another Rapier.
yeah.
As foretold.
Now he's only got 2k gold. Just look at the damage coming out from Weaver. Way too aggressive this time around from IDC.
He's a bit forward, and Son Goku never gets a good chrono off.
Yeah, he misses that attack range from a Dragon Lance. It's really big for him. Inkswell, Doomstomp, he dies, and Gravekin just absolutely claps his forehead after he comes back. So look at that here. Respawns, focus back on the Weaver. He just dies in a second. Euros just absolutely destroys him. That was a crit bash. Crit bash on the head. Gone. And that was before Rapier.
Very difficult to get a Divine Rapier out of the hands of the Wraith King.
Yeah, especially with an Axe Scepter.
Yep.
And they're just going high ground again. Wow.
Selena did eat the Ags.
He did, yeah. Would have much rather like to see him.
They're going to move forward. Dilation. Right clicks in. Yang got the stun. On his top of the link. Now the damage.
Chrono again.
It's not going to be enough. IDC ends up dropping. They've got the mortal excuses coming in, but is the damage going to be on Endurance? Oh, it's close, but the Shallow Grave is there. Fly will save his life. And the blink forward coming out from Saunders with the BKB. They've got the stun on Son Goku. Getting run down here with the focus fire coming out from Saunders. They're going to go to Son Goku. Dead for 2 minutes. Doesn't have 5x7. He does, and he'll use it. But this is not looking good. Elephant took that fight 4v5 and still came out clean.
I mean, it's just a massive amount of inexperience coming in here. Like, trying to force high ground against the Rapier Wraith King like that, when your Reaver doesn't really have any sort of damage anymore. He just died in 1 second there. Doom jumps in with Inkswell again. Flawless combination from Elephant. But yeah, SAG, I would chalk that down to pure inexperience.
Yeah.
Like, even their first initiation onto the high ground where Weaver chased in between those barracks, way too deep, Divine Rapier. And now just go through back the protection, which was recently also buffed by 10%.
It's just not enough.
Middle barracks are under attack.
Maybe it is.
They've got a minute though.
But
A lot of time.
Yeah.
And they should just go to the tier 4s and finish this.
And if they want to defend Euros with the Swift Link, Abyssal, you're gonna get blown up.
So go to the glyph.
Blade picked up on Nina. Try to mount some sort of defense.
Middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle tower
there's the
has
Infernal Blade
fallen.
coming through on the
Euros'
Elder
damage in the
Titan.
buildings.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to stop this.
Middle tower has
Tier
fallen.
4s, the Lincolns get popped. Those are going to be thrown over on a switch, but they've got the Shallow Grave once again from FY. Not look like enough. They'll get the kill and GG is called. So, Elephant, he looked good from SAG. Elephant looking a little shaky.